So recently, you might have seen that I got these two beautiful kiosks. We got the PS4 over here, PS2 over here. But the problem is, although I think they are really cool, I don't really have a use for them. We have a PS2 kiosk already. We bought that Kmart kiosk that has PS2, GameCube, and Xbox on it, so we don't need another one. And we don't really have the space for it. Anyway, the PS4 kiosk, and it's not been in a video, but we got like a PS5 God of War kiosk. It's more like a display, and it's like custom, so it's not a real kiosk, but it's still super cool. Both of those are going in the store. So I don't really have a reason to keep these. And in this video, I am going to trade them off to two local people that are interested in them just for games and maybe some consoles, I'm not sure. We'll see if you guys feel like I got the better end of the trade. So let's see what we can trade both of these off for.
I kind of forget, you know, like I saw them in GameStop all the time and I missed out on my close GameStop that had one. But
how hard is it to like get a kiosk that they're getting rid of?
It's not too hard if you know the timing of it. GameStop, it depends on the store,
yeah.
But they're big on if the managers are cool of like first in line type things. So you like put your name on the back of it, they'll get called back. Because I have a few like random like posters from GameStop that I like.
I've gotten a couple posters before.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was the same kind of method that they use.
They do. I remember, so my personal store had it with the TV and it had the like, oh gosh, the Death Stranding like drop type thing. My closed store, it was funny, I was like, they were selling everything and it already said sold. And it was the store guy, which like most people who work at GameStop aren't collectors or whatever. They would always throw away parts of the game and everything. It would drive you crazy. But I remember I asked him, I was like, oh, is the kiosk sold? He's like, oh yeah, but like you wouldn't want that. It doesn't even have the system. It's just like basically a TV and metal. And I was like, oh, you mind me asking how much it was? And he was like, oh yeah, like $300. So it was like $300 with the TV. They throw some of them out by the dumpster, but luckily because they're so heavy, they'll just put it by the dumpster. So I had a friend, he gave me a crazy deal on it, like basically just traded a couple $100s worth. And I have a Wii U kiosk that he got complete outside of the system, just sitting next to a dumpster. And he just found it. It had all the art and had all the little thingies, had extra art on it and all the little random stuff. So a lot of it's just opportunistic.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't going to get more kiosks because I was going to move out of state, and then recently found out, well, we're not going to move out of state. So then I was like, well, shoot, I'm back on the kiosk hunt because I have a few already.
Do you know how number, like how many?
How many I have? I don't have a ton. So I've got an Xbox, an original Xbox kiosk I got from a church in Wichita youth group. And it has the original TV on it.
Okay.
I've got a Dreamcast kiosk.
Oh wow.
That I got on eBay years before they got super popular. I think in total shipped on eBay, I spent maybe $500.
Wow.
And it had everything.
Shipped, that's...
Yeah, even the TV. Yeah, that was in 2007. And I might be getting a couple others actually besides this one. I mean, kiosks, you can get good deals if they're like outside of Nintendo. I think the original, there's some that are crazy pants. Like I had a friend who had a Neo Geo one, which was weird.
What?
And really random.
What?
A 3DO one, and Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo. Those kiosks have always gone for a lot for quite some time. And so like PlayStation doesn't go for as much, and you could still find them with the TV for like $700, but they're in a random place in Illinois or something like that. And so that's cool. Oh, and it's got this. So this is the real. So this is how you couldn't run away with the controller.
Okay.
A lot of them, they're like attached to it, so you have to be really short. And, and those are expensive. But this thing, I mean, you could recreate it by putting a steel wire around it, and then it attaches to the controller so you can walk with it a little bit.
Yeah, move a little bit more. So your plan is to get this up and running. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this will just go in my collection in the basement. You know, I like getting in there and like cleaning all the little stuff because it's obviously been in storage or whatever. Do you know where you got it from, or is it one of yours? Or?
No, so we bought a large collection from a guy that drove it down. Funny enough, I think he was from Illinois.
Oh, okay.
I know you mentioned Illinois earlier, like some random place.
That's the way to do it, is buy large collections, and then, you know, you sell certain things and you get like a certain percentage of it back. So kiosks for me are like, I've had so many games and I looked at like, well, my kids can play them. They're always going to be something you can at least sell to a collector to at least make your money back. And of course, like some are crazy, like the Pokemon Snap one. And like I said, 64 And then the Super Nintendo one, oh, the Game Boy one is crazy. That's the one that has the green screen. I mean, those go for multiple $1,000s. Like then you're getting closer to the closer to 10 than you are 5,000. But you know, with these, a lot of people got rid of them. You know, PS4 is not nostalgic yet, but yeah, what I like about them is you start doing math when you get on the other side of 40. You're like, I can't play all these games. I'd rather do something that like I know family and friends can like play immediately than some random like $300 game on a shelf on some obscure system or whatever. So that's kind of how I've changed my collecting. And I love like being able to look behind it and, you know, see how like they're engineered so well, you know.
All right, well, so I think you brought some stuff to trade for.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Michael was probably gonna have one of us take it down and he'll like look stuff up and see what he wants and everything.
Oh, sure. I know Michael's getting to the point where, right, it's like visiting the Pope.
Yeah.
I don't get to meet the Pope, but I meet the Cardinals or whatever, right? So,
Okay, so I went through his games and grabbed a few. He brought me quite the obscure stack, which is okay.
Which isn't obscure for me, but I guess
it's going to be good for...
Okay. There goes that 10%, right? It's okay. They're Virtual Boy. They're like
these are cheap, right?
Well, it's more Virtual Boy are like cockroaches. I know we're just like joking around, but to be honest, out of dropping anything, they're not going to crack. The way the pins are, you're not going to hurt them.
Well, and
I didn't flinch when you did that.
They all have the cover, the dust cover. That's
I was a stickler. So those half of them I got back in like 1995, 96. You probably don't care about any of this, but I'll tell you anyway.
Well, that's interesting.
I rented the
Did you
Virtual
rent
Boy
from like a Blockbuster?
From Blockbuster, and a lot of these, maybe half of them, I got in their 99-cent bin or $1.99 bin back in 1996.
Well, if you bought it for 99 cents, you did well.
Yeah, a lot of them, if you remember, they had a sticker. It'd say $1.99 Blockbuster pre-played. That's where I got Jack Brothers. So I had 2 Jack Brothers.
Oh my!
I sold a Jack Brothers in 2001 because it was one of the most expensive video games back in 2001, 2002. It was worth a whole whopping like $220, which back then is crazy.
Yeah,
like it was hard to find a game over $100 back then. And again, because I'm on the other side of 40, I remember these times and I talk about them like everybody else. Like get off my lawn with the game prices now. I sold it back then, and then I rebought it for $300, maybe, I don't know, 5 years after that. And then when it went up again to like $400 or $500, I sold it. Because honestly, I don't really like Jack Brothers.
But it is considered a good game though, right? I think generally speaking, people consider Jack Brothers a good game.
Yeah, Jack Brothers is. I didn't appreciate it at the time, but I'm not a dungeon crawly type guy. I love the 3D effect.
Yeah.
And the big reason why I'm selling it is there's a Virtual Boy emulator that is amazing, and you play it on the 3DS. You talk about an introvert's console. The Virtual Boy is like, hey, see you later. And then you're in there. This is so cool.
Now you're in your own zone.
But the 3DS is fun because then someone could actually like look over your shoulder while you play. And, and the emulation is so good. I was like, you know, I haven't popped in my Virtual Boy in forever. So surprised you didn't take this one out. That's interesting.
Here's my logic, okay?
Go for your,
So I grabbed the stuff that between now and when we open the store, there's possibility of us actually selling it.
Yeah, sure.
So like I grabbed the Switch, the Vita, PS4, PS2 games. These are going to be a lot easier for us to move between now and then. But then the Virtual Boy stuff, which was pricey, I was kind of surprised on some of the prices on some of these.
Yeah.
These are going to be things that we just set aside, and then we'll have them for when the store opens.
Yeah.
So total is $1,010 according to price charting, and then I had to look one up on eBay. Are you okay with that?
For everything?
Yeah. If you want to know prices on any of them, just let me know. I did make a list.
No, I had an idea of how much
the
Virtual Boy was worth.
The Tetris was the most expensive.
Yeah.
The Nestor's game.
Yeah.
I knew that was expensive, and then I knew Wario Land was expensive, and I think Red Alarm. No, I thought Red Alarm was, but it was only like $31.
Which it should be. This was my favorite game.
Really?
I love this game. This, probably is the best game.
That's the one that I've heard people really like.
It's really good. It's really good. It's one of the best Mario style games. Definitely my favorite Wario game. But I mean, honestly, I think that sounds
Cool.
And so if you want to just say 1 for 1,
Yep.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that works for me.
That makes me
Appreciate
happy.
it. And
Yeah.
now you have a kiosk. Hopefully you can get it in the car. No take specs.
I know, we'll figure it out. As long as you didn't overdo on the inches. Anytime you ask another guy.
He's the one that measured it.
Oh, good. Okay. As long as it's the 73 inches, like we said, I've got like 75 to spare. So.
Okay, so we'll see if we can get it in the car.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I will say, so I'll show you a couple of things I did not buy, just mostly out of obscurity. I'll be honest, I don't know anyone that has an Engage collection besides you.
There's only some of them. Yeah.
So I didn't even look at those, but he was explaining to me that this is the Zenith screen for a GameCube.
Yeah.
I actually considered getting this for myself, but I am trying not to collect for myself right now because of the store.
That's a smart thing.
He was saying that this is way better than the Intech one.
This is the desired screen because it uses the same components from the PS1 screen that like Radical Reggie everybody loves. That PS1 screen, the quality of it's really, really good.
It is,
and
actually.
the guts of it are Zenith.
Yep.
And all the other GameCube screens are just not good. They're plasticky, they break. And this one is the one that like looks really amazing. The speakers are good. The screen looks really good. It's not got that thing where you look at it sideways and it all looks weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's a quality screen, and they didn't make as many of them. I know like sealed ones go for a lot. And,
Oh, I'm sure they do.
yeah, it is a bit obscure for sure.
And then he also had the Super Retro Advance adapter. Apparently this allows you to play Game Boy Advance games on your Super Nintendo. I've never seen that. I thought this was cool as well. It's made by Retrobit.
Yeah, Retrobit made it a long time ago. It wasn't that expensive. I got it for like 30, 35 bucks. And I randomly was like looking it up, and it sells for like 200. So I had it for 150. Like,
Is this a PS2 wallet?
oh, it is, yeah.
I saw that in there. It's like, this is so random.
I know, it is random. I didn't know it was in there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then he had a Game Boy Macro.
It's basically a hacked, it's a DS Lite, and then you get a kind of custom case, and then you try to shave things off. And the only difference is you have to put a speaker in the bottom part because the speaker's mainly in the top. So there's a speaker in it as well. And it's basically, the idea is it does the same functionality as a Game Boy Micro. It's just in a bigger format. So it's kind of a hacked thing. But yeah, not very...
I passed on it mostly because it was just a lot more obscure stuff that, for right now, we just don't really have a use for.
And I didn't think I brought my obscure stuff, so I'm really glad. You don't know how.
Imagine he did bring his obscure stuff.
Yeah, this was like my normie stuff. You're like, oh, regular games. Okay, sure. So
It brings me Engage.
Yeah.
All right, well, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Enjoy your kiosk.
very gently, maybe like here to here, just press a little, and then just slide it forward just a tinge. Yeah, or we just slide it. I forget, this is not a floor we're worried about scratching. We could just slide it. And I'm okay to...
You got it?
Yeah, I'm okay to do this part. I'll just say a prayer.
Watch the ledge for the garage. I'm wondering, this is gonna sound weird. Do you want to be in there to kind of guide the top piece?
Yeah, that'd be good. No, I think...
Where's the glass breaks? That's on you.
Crunch.
I'm pretty sure that's good.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna let him push it.
Yeah.
I used to work at Water. I did that.
Oh, that's easy.
You could probably put something over the top.
I will.
It slides back.
Hey, I'm glad it fit. That's great.
Yay, I didn't mess up the measurement.
Okay, so it is Sunday and we have a guest coming. We are finally trading away the PS2 kiosk. This is Kevin. He has been interested in this in a bit, and unfortunately our timing has just not worked out for us to actually trade it, but he's on his way. I don't 100% know what he's bringing, but I told him I would trade basically like value for value. So value I put on the PS2 kiosk is $1,000. So he's bringing me $1,000 worth of stuff. He knows what kind of stuff I like, so I'm not that worried about what specific items it is. Should be here in just a few, and we'll get him mic'd up, see what he brought us, and see what his plans is with the kiosk. So we have Kevin here. He is joining us, and he is getting this lovely PS2 kiosk. There's a name for this specific kiosk. I don't remember what it is. Play It or something. It has this side piece, side arm. Yeah. What's your plan with this? I know you're a big collector, and
Yeah, I've been trying to collect a few kiosks if I can find them.
yeah.
So I have a Wii U kiosk at home and looking for like old Nintendo, Sega kiosks.
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation 2, everybody likes PlayStation 2. I got mine when it came out. Me and my wife used to play a few games on it when we were dating. PS3 and PS4, I never had those, so I don't really have any attachment to that.
Yeah, I got the PS4 kiosk, and I was like, I have no ties to this thing.
I never even had a PS4 until I found one at a garage sale. So,
yeah.
just getting older with the kids, don't really have as much time to play them, but this is something that I used to play a lot. So, and since you were giving it to me for free, I was like, well,
Oh, yeah, of course. That's definitely the deal. Yeah, so what did you bring? I know you said were you bringing stuff today, or is that a different day?
yeah, I have a lot of consoles that I had laying around the house.
Cool.
And then some other stuff I was going to talk to you about, but...
Cool. Did you figure something out for the TV?
No, I was trying to find online, because there's a couple of them like on eBay. I could see the TV on a few of them, and I was trying to look online to find out what model that TV is. I couldn't find anything, but narrowed it down on what it probably is, but I figured I'm not in any rush really to set it up, so...
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, let's take a look at whatever you got.
Do you want me to go like off of your prices or just tell you what I brought?
I'll see what all you have, and then we can figure it out. All right, what do we got?
So here we got 3 Xbox 360s. We have a PS3.
Super slim.
Yeah. And then I have 4 NESs.
Okay.
PS1 in this box. I brought a box of Wii's.
Okay.
I couldn't find the AV cable for all of them.
That's fine.
So I brought like extras, like I brought an N64 power supply and some other crap.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of even it out.
Cool.
All right, then we got a big box of Wii's here.
Love it.
So we got 10 Wii's, 3 of the black ones, and 7 of the white ones.
Cool.
All the power cables, all the Wii remotes, all the nunchucks, all the light bars, but only like 3 of the AV cables. I have no idea why I don't have all the AV cables, but...
I'm not that worried about it. You said you're throwing in extras, so...
Yeah, so...
It's not like we won't use the extras.
So then I brought this.
Did you ever sell that bin of, like, dongles?
No.
You need to just throw that in sometime. I'm sure that's worth a...
Well, I saw your last video, and I saw somebody down in the basement, and you had, like, that shelf of NES and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, well, shoot, I should come over here and trade you some stuff at some point.
Well, whenever we have this store, we're going to have a lot of NES. Okay. We've been going through it, but every time we go through it, we get more. I'm sure you're looking for Mario Duck Hunt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of those. Top Gun.
Yep. We'll actually buy Top Gun. We will.
I used to have a guy I collected with. I would always send him a picture every weekend when I'd go garage selling, because it doesn't matter what NES set I found, it had Top Gun in it.
Oh, yeah. Has to have one of those, too.
Yeah. That is kind of what I brought to trade, and I can tell you what it added up to on your list.
Yeah.
It was $790 without that.
Okay.
You had 70 on that.
Yep.
So I was going to do 60 if you wanted it.
Yep.
Just because, like I said, you're probably going to have to do something to it.
Yep.
So that gets us up to $850.
Yep.
The other remaining total, I can either pay you cash, or I brought a bunch of controllers and stuff. If
Yeah,
you
I can
wanted
look
to go
through here. I mean, there's stuff I'm sure
It's
that...
mainly Wii. It's just Wii stuff. So I didn't know if you needed those or not. If you want, I can owe you, and I can bring you stuff as I find it too.
Well, we always need controllers. So 4 of those. 4 of those. You want to just call like this good? You good with that, or is that more than you wanted to?
That's fine.
Cool.
I'm good with it.
We always need black ones. I think we pay like $10 for these in the classics. Those are like 10, so I figure that's pretty close.
Works for me.
So we got a bunch of controllers, consoles, a bunch of consoles, and he's getting a nice, beautiful PS2 kiosk, which I don't know if I've shown off the inside. The inside's really clean. It's kind of cool because it's got like the power. It's got a power brick in there, and this does light up.
Does it light up in here too? Is that LEDs down here for some reason? Maybe it
Yeah, this lights up. Yes, it looks like there might be a light like right in the middle.
Yeah, we used to play SSX all the time.
Oh yeah.
That game was
Which one?
The first one.
First one.
Yeah, so
Everyone loves Tricky.
So we were using it as a DVD player and everything too. So.
That's why it did so well.
Yep.
All right, well, we got the trade all squared out. Now we just need to get this transferred to my Benz, get this loaded in his truck, and I appreciate the deal.
Yep, thanks Mike.
Thank you.